everybody, so I thought I would do an add-on for the lizard posture. So the lizard posture is a posture that I introduced last week, first class back in the new year. Really good hip opening, hip stretching exercise. So it's a posture that I introduced into my intermediate class. So I thought if any of you wanted to really practice it, then an add-on might be helpful. So as we did in last week's class and in this week's class, we prepared the hips for the stretch, and you do need to do that. So please don't go straight into the lizard posture. It's a really strong posture. So you need to mobilise your hips and you need to stretch, give them a gentle stretch as well. So hip mobility, I would recommend your standing hip mobility exercise or your lying down hip mobility exercise. That is rotational movement. You also need to take some stretch over the front of the hips. So standing hip flexor stretch, for example, seated back of the hip stretch. Just basically make sure your hips are prepared, ready for the posture. So we're approaching this from downward dog. Wrists under shoulders, knees under your hips. Check your shoulders are down, they're away from your ears. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Join up on pelvic floor. So breathe in, we're tucking the toes under. So you breathe out, pushing up with the hips, that's hanging down to the floor. Taking the feet a little bit further back, a real bend through the knees. And you will, of course, have already prepared your spine. You will have already done your downward dog. You need to make sure you're well warmed up, ready for this. So I'm going to take this now to split dog. So you come up to toes, and we're going to lift your left leg and push the left toes right up into the ceiling. Get as much length and as much height into that leg as you can. If you're ready, we're going to push up even higher and pull back even further. And please just stay there. I'm just going to adjust my placement. So ready now to bring this left leg forward, and you're aiming the inside of that left knee onto the outside of your left elbow. So breath in as you breathe out, bend the knee. You might need to scoot the foot forward. We're then going to bring that back knee down, and we're holding it here. So as you can see, this left hand is on the inside of the left foot. So really make sure that you're aligned correctly. Check in on the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just try and relax off this front leg. So it's not going anywhere, just try and relax it off. If you feel that you wanted to and it's comfortable for you, you can just gently ease the knee out with that left hand. That's totally up to you. If you don't like it, don't do it, that's fine, it's just a suggestion. So hopefully you can all see that posture fine. So if you are ready to move on, and this is only if you're ready to, we're going to lower down then to the forearms, and you will feel the stretch increase. And it's up to you if you want to bring your palms together here, or you want to go into that Sphinx position. So breathing into the stretch, and again, just try and relax off that front leg. So I did go into progression on this one today. So if you are ready to progress, and you might want to come back to the hands to do this, tucking the toes under, make sure you've got pelvic floor, breath in, and as you breathe out, you're pushing up and holding it. So feel for what's happening around the shoulders, squeeze that glute, that right glute. And if you're ready, bring the forearms down to the floor. So as always, feel for what's happening. It's a really, really good stretch for the hip. Excuse me. It's your last breath. And ready now to release. So if you're still on the forearms, please come to your hands so the arms are extended. Toes under on the back leg, and this is just a really nice, easy release. So please don't feel you have to put lots of effort into it. It's really easy. Breath in as you breathe out. You just lift that knee, you push up with the hip, and you simply just slide that foot back into place, hip distance on the feet. Breathe in to come up to toes, breathe out, take the heels down, breathing up to toes, breathing out, taking the heels down. We've got one more now before you change over. So ready with your right leg, we're up to toes, lifting your right leg, squeeze that right glute as strongly as you can. Push the toes right up into the ceiling. And if you're ready to, try and push up even higher, try and pull back even further. So ready to come into your lizard. So you're aiming the inside of that right knee onto the outside of your right elbow. So breath in as you breathe out, bend the knee, bring the leg forward, and again, you might need to scooch this foot forward a bit, that's fine. Lowering that back knee. So you can see my right hand is on the inside of my right foot. So please make sure you've got that placement. A deep breath in. Blowing out, and again, if you feel that you wanted to, just taking that hand and just ease the leg out to really just help on opening out the hip. So does this feel different from one side to the other for you? If you're ready to move on, only if you're ready to, lowering down to the forearms. I'm going to go back a little bit here. Down to the forearms, so you can bring your palms together, or a kind of sphinx position there with the arms. So just breathe into the stretch, just try and relax off the front leg, try and relax off that back hip. So if you're ready to move on to the hands, arms extended, tuck the toes under on the back leg, draw up on your pelvic floor, breath in, and as you breathe out, push up, holding it here, squeeze that glute, squeeze that left glute as strongly as you can. And if you are ready to, again, just lower down to the forearms. That'll be your last one. So bring that leg down. So if you've been on the forearms, come to your hands so arms are extended, and really easy to release, tucking the toes under, draw up on your pelvic floor. Breath in as you breathe out, push up, just slide that right foot back, bit of distance on the feet, breathe in to come up to toes, breathe out, taking the heels down, breathe in up to your toes, breathe out, taking the heels down. This one, your last one. And releasing, breathing up to toes, draw up on your pelvic floor. As you breathe out, body forwards over the arms, bending the knees, and slowly lowering down. Well done. You might want to take some release there for your wrists after the downward dog. But that's your lizard posture. Please let me know how you're getting on, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.